What's good, family? Just doing a little bit of sharing, and we're gonna get started today. Um, just gonna share this to my main page real quick. We're gonna get started. Give me just a moment, yeah. Awesome. Yeah. All right. Cool. What's going on, fam? Hope you all have been having an awesome weekend. Hope it's been full of downloads, full of awesomeness, all that good jazz. Let's get to it today, y'all. So the topic for today, and it just kind of dawned on me. I'm going through a transition phase in life, as we all are, and everybody goes through this moment where you feel like you're hitting a wall. You're feeling stuck. You're feeling confused. Maybe you feel lost. You find out that you're a hypocrite to a degree. You say one thing and you end up doing another, and you don't know why you do it. And I put that on my my wall at one point. Do you have an issue with this? And man, I love when the answers just fall out. They flow out, and if you're a person that's new to the inner work, the inner diving, shadow work, whatever they call it, you will find that as you begin to explore your depths, explore your reasonings, explore your inner matrix, things will start to just flow out. They will just start falling out of you, like quite literally. They just fall out, and this is it's quite the awesome experience once it happens. When you have something that's been on your mind for so long, and the answer just falls out. Like it's like when you got something stuck in your teeth and you digging for it for forever, and you finally get that piece, and it's like, oh my gosh, I've been waiting for this forever. Thank you. So I want to share my findings with you all today. All right. So let me move this stuff around. All right. Cool. Give me just a second. Yeah, y'all. This is it was pretty profound, and I'm gonna share with y'all, my own experience and why I know this is the truth. It's actually kind of funny, but I'm gonna tell y'all a story before I get into this. The most important question you gotta ask yourself if you're trying to grow in life. And I guarantee you have to ask this question. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to ask because you have to know. So let me tell y'all this story, right? So when I was a kid, and I didn't know any better, I used to love the sausages from IHOP. The links. I used to love the sausage links, yo. And anytime and every time I could get one, I would ask for one, and I would want 20 of them. I wouldn't really want 20, but I'd be like, yeah, can you give me like 3 or 5 of them? And so my dad had this really bright idea, because he was this kind of person, and I don't know if he just was tired of buying them for me, or he was just kind of cruel. Kind of was cruel, but it is what it is. He decided one day to give me a whole to-go box full of them. This is probably over like 30, 40 links. And he said, eat them. Eat all of them. Whew. First off, I couldn't eat all of them. Second off, he told me he did it because when you get things in excess, it causes you to not want them anymore. I get the psychology behind it. It worked, because I definitely didn't want any more sausage links from IHOP after that. Come to think of it, no, it's just sausage links. I really didn't like sausage links after that. So it worked, right? So what does this have to do with anything, Jordan? I had to tell you this story because that's how my dad taught me on how to stop wanting things in excess. You overload on them, and that teaches you to be basically worn out and burnt out on it. So again, Jordan, what does this have to do with the most important question to your freedom? What the hell? So, I love French fries, y'all. I got a brother. I highly suggest y'all check him out. You really should check out his course. Dope, just powerful knowledge. His name is 𝐸SO on here. Give him a follow, give him a like, but he resonates with this one, man, because he likes fries too. But I love my French fries. Like, I love them. Like, it's an addiction. I know physically, I mean mentally, it's an addiction that I'm fighting right now. But you know, I've been trying to fight it. Like, literally, I've been in this battle with, like, going back and forth. Like, no, I'm not gonna eat the fries, and then I get a lot of them. And I'm telling y'all to just be transparent, because I'm not perfect, and I don't expect anybody here to be perfect. I just expect a perfect effort. You know, do your best, and I'm gonna let you know, man. Sometimes our best disappoints us. Sometimes it be like that, yo. And I like to just keep it real. I like to just keep it honest with you, because you know, there's a lot of gurus and coaches and people out here, et cetera, just going to tell you, like, no, you have to stay the course and all this and that. And I'm just letting you know, like, man, we all fall short. We all mess up. We all, like, fuck up. Like, it is what it is. The idea, though, is to not let that become the norm, to stay aware so that you can keep improving. And it's oftentimes through a lot of these trial and error phases or these continual failures where you get the biggest epiphanies. Because I'm going to tell you, when you're desperate for change, when you're desperate for something new, your mind is literally on the search for it. You don't have to force it. It's on the search for it on its own. So when you're going through life and you're going through all these trials and tribulations, you're like, yo, I just can't find the freaking answer. Keep going, because I guarantee you it's going to snap. It's going to pop and fall right out of you, right? So this is the epiphany from going through this fry struggle, man, because it is a thing. It is a real deal Holyfield thing. But going through my little fry struggle, what I learned is that I've attributed my way of getting rid of stuff with my dad's ideology. I took my dad's approach, even though I thought it was wild, it's ludicrous, and I really don't advise anybody to do that. Like, it may work in some circumstances, but for certain things, it's not going to work, and I think there's a lot better approaches to controlling your cravings, you know, controlling the appetite, or, you know, getting the appetite under control. So, how did I get to this epiphany, though? And this is the question that you got to ask yourself. Yep, you guys waited, almost 8 minutes to hear this question. The question is why? But listen on, real talk, y'all. Listen on. The question you got to ask yourself is why. And this has to be a focused why. A lot of the times we ask questions to ourselves when we start thinking about it, and then something else pops into play, and we get distracted and we forget what we're doing in the first place. When you are attempting to rewire your mind, when you're attempting to get to a heightened state of freedom, of sovereignty, you have to ask yourself why. Because the question why reveals what is your reasoning. It reveals what is your logic. And that is what needs working on, right? So when I say perspective, your perspective has to change. Your perspective has to shift. But the only way it will shift is with a different logic. Right? That's it. It's just a different logic. It's a different way of viewing things. It's a different approach to solving an equation, right? And until you get different perspectives, you will only have one approach to a situation, so you can't see it from a whole bunch of different perspectives. But when you ask yourself why, it allows you to understand the perspective that you are currently using. Because sometimes, like in my case, you don't even recognize the perspective. You don't even recognize the logic that you're using. And that logic can be thrown off, and you don't know, but it seems normal to you because it's in your subconscious, and it's just what you naturally gravitate towards. So you have to ask yourself, why? Why am I doing this? Or why is this so hard? Why is it so difficult for me? Why am I having a hard time changing? You know, you got to figure out that the key component of your question, but or the meat of it, what you're trying to figure out. But the key portion of it is why, because the why is the logic, the why is the reasoning, and that is what needs to change and be altered. And you can't alter what you don't identify. You have to identify things. Why is a form of identification for your own mind, for your own logic, for your own rationale, for your own reasoning. So, the most important question for your freedom is why? Why am I doing this? And I'm not telling you that's an easy question to solve. It's not. In fact, it's quite difficult. So you have one of two things that you can do at this point, right? You can keep going a DIY approach. You can keep banging your head against the wall. You can keep asking why. And it's important to do this because you're going to do it either way. But you're going to do it by yourself. Or you can book a discovery call with somebody like myself. It's free. And we can start digging into some of these questions that are plaguing you, that are bothering you. It's that simple, yo. I'm going to just leave y'all with this. Every hero has always had a guide. Because eventually you'll get to the question naturally. You'll ask yourself why. But without a lens, without a variable lens, oftentimes we can be self-deluding. We can delude ourselves. We can have self-delusion. We can lie to ourselves. We're really good at lying to ourselves, believe it or not. That's why some people think they're not settling, even though they know intrinsically that they are. They feel it every day, but they lie to themselves, and they're very good at it. So it can be oftentimes very difficult to spot your own lies without proper tools, without a more grounded perspective, or at least the understanding that a more wide perspective has to be set. A bigger foundation has to be laid. So this is just an invitation to you all, as well as, some free value. You can keep going on your approach. You can keep banging your head against the wall until you get it and figure out some of these questions. Or you can shortcut the heartache. You can shortcut the confusion. You can shortcut the stuckness. And you can talk with a coach. You can talk with a guide. You can talk with a mentor. And that's what I'm offering to you. I want you to book a free discovery call or take the inner alignment assessment. It's a tool that I've developed that allows me to start pinpointing where at in your life, you may be struggling or you have some work that you need to do. If this sounds like something that you're interested in, the link is in my bio. You can do either or, just straight up book a call and we'll talk, we'll chat. Or you can do the inner alignment assessment so we can have a little more focus, a framework for our conversation. Again, this is all free to you. It's all free. I'm just offering value because, when you're living in your purpose, once you address other forms of why, it allows you to go through life a lot more smooth. You can flow. You don't have to force. So, if this is interesting to any of y'all, I encourage y'all to reach out. I encourage you all to check it out. It is in the link in my bio, the free inner alignment assessment or a discovery call. And just to help you out, just to help you get a little more comfortable with this, taking the inner alignment assessment will allow me to give you some questions allow me to form some why questions for you so that you can get more clarity, so that you can have more focus, so you can have more awareness in your life. So with that being said, this is Brother Q. As always, we're building bridges within to explore the world without. This is Brother Q at IALLG.com. Thank you for tuning in. I will talk to some of you all soon. Peace.